City is a center for finance, business, media, arts, fashion, and sports. To meet the demands of these dynamic businesses, Fordham University prepares motivated students for an exciting career in these and other fields. The Fordham Sailing program is an important part of campus life.
Sailing's like my favorite thing to do. I'm able to go out on the water, even though we live in the Bronx. It's kind of like this escape coming out here, little city island.
We couldn't have a better venue. It takes 30 seconds from when we launch to be out in essentially Long Island Sound in some of the best sailing conditions.
The New York Times describes the nationally ranked Fordham Sailing Club as an unlikely sailing power. The coaches and sailors work hard to improve the skills of every member of the team.
The way that we sort of describe ourselves is club in name and varsity in mindset.
I think if you were really looking at our team, you wouldn't know that we were a club team as opposed to a varsity team. When you're at a regatta or any event, there's no differentiation between anyone.
The goal is to continue to qualify for the national championships, continue to improve the program, recruit good sailors from all over the country.
The past few years, we've really been on the rise. We did really well at co-ed nationals last year, finished 7th. Our women's team has been improving as well.
With the rise of the sailing program, Fordham and New York City combined to create a unique educational opportunity for student athletes.
When it came time to look at schools, Fordham popped up on the list, partly because of the academics it provides.
What Fordham has to offer, its biggest strength, is not only in having a strong liberal arts program, a strong business program, but what we also offer in proximity to New York and what that means for getting a job after college.
I knew I wanted to get off the West Coast and see something new, and Fordham was great. It has a great metropolitan location where I'm able to jet into the city, maybe do an internship before practice.
Wanted to be a part of a competitive program, so I was looking at a lot of schools in the Northeast. Academically, it was really fit a lot of my interests. Love the location, being in the city.
It was like April of my senior year, and it was just like a beautiful day. And I came to a practice too, and it was like a day like this. It's gorgeous. I was like, okay, well, I'm coming here.
The Fordham Sailing program is attracting talented and competitive young sailors from all over the U.S. and beyond.
Virtually all of our skippers have a decent amount of racing experience, some as much as competing on a national and international level. With a group of our crews, a similar range, and some of them had virtually not sailed before they came to the team, and they were walk-ons to the program, had little to no sailing experience prior to coming, and are now some of our best crews in the team.
We have a very diverse group, ranging from sailors who've been sailing since they were 4 or 5, in their families, and people who are new to the sport.
I did mostly recreational sailing. I did a lot of summer camps. I taught sailing a little bit in high school, and I knew a tiller from a mast and just really fell into Fordham Sailing.
Practice days are well organized at the team space on City Island, not far from the campus. Everyone is ready to sail.
So for a typical practice, we all meet on campus around 2:30 and drive the Ram vans over here to City Island at Morris Beach and Yacht Club.
It's always fun to see everyone and catch up from the day. We have a practice plan in our emails ready to go with our assignments.
And then we get on the water and usually try to get 2 hours and 15 minutes of good hard practice.
We usually begin getting the boats tuned together, go upwind together, upwind sprints. It's usually always very well structured.
Today we have, I think, 2 or 3 drills lined up before we'll probably do an hour of racing.
We try to be as efficient as possible on the water because everyone has so much going on. What I liked about high school sailing, it's the same thing here, just really good group of people and just a fun atmosphere and a really good addition to your academics.
Being a member of a collegiate sailing team requires commitment. It doesn't take long to adjust and find the right balance of sailing and academics.
It takes a good amount of responsibility and time management to make sure that I'm not compromising the time I get on the water and my grades and my academic performance.
Everyone kind of comes together and make sure that we're all accountable for our homework, accountable for sailing.
Sailing stretches over 2 seasons. To excel, team members must be totally dedicated to the practice and racing routine.
We'll have Monday off, and that's a good time to schedule more classes, meet with professors.
Either Tuesday or Wednesday nights, it alternates every other week. We have a meeting, team meeting, so we kind of recap on the regattas from the previous weekend.
And then as we go into the week, the drills get more and more race-centric, trying to identify and target specific areas of the race course or specific situations that we sort of need to work on.
On Friday, we have 2, 3, sometimes even 4 teams traveling for the weekend. Go off to the weekend, and we're back home on Sunday.
The Fordham Sailing team goes head-to-head against the top-ranked collegiate sailing teams in the country.
We compete against all the Ivy League schools,
Yale, Harvard, and the top-end Ivies.
Georgetown, GW, Boston College.
Charleston and Eckerd and University of South Florida.
Those are all varsity teams, but we're a club team, so we compete with them and no problem beating them at all.
Competition on the water translates into a vibrant career after graduation. High school students looking to attend a top-notch liberal arts and business school while participating on a first-class sailing team should listen to Fordham students who love where they are and where they are heading.
My favorite part about sailing with Fordham Sailing is really the team camaraderie and being on the water with all of my friends and teammates and us all getting to do something that we love together.
It's been a great experience, making new friends, being able to travel every weekend, going to different regattas.
Such a blessing to be able to be out on the water every day in the afternoon after class when everyone else is still on campus.
I've met kids from around the country, around the world, and it's become one of my favorite things about college in Fordham.